Hey stackers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something I get asked all the time. Should you use gold and silver instead of regular savings account? Now, I'm no financial advisor, so this is just my personal opinion and what I do in my own stacking journey. But if you're tired of your cash just sitting in the bank account losing value, then this might be worth thinking about. So here's the idea. Instead of holding all of your savings as cash in the bank, some people, myself included, we choose to store that chunk of wealth in our gold and silver. Why? Well, for me, cash obviously loses its purchasing power over time because of inflation. And while metals aren't perfect, they've got a track record of holding value for thousands of years. First up, inflation protection. Historically, an ounce of gold has always bought you roughly the same amount of goods, whether it was 100 years ago or today. Secondly, no counterparty risk. Your metals aren't sitting in a bank account that could freeze or fail, or as per one of my previous videos about the Chinese scam where the banks shut down and froze everyone's, withdrawals, and they were just stranded. And thirdly, control. You physically hold it. You don't need permission to access it. It's in your possession and you can do whatever you want, whenever you want with it, because ain't no one going to take it away from you. Ain't no one going to say, hey, you can't pick up your stuff today because, we're not open or anything like that. It's you get to decide what happens with it whenever you want. And finally, the history. For thousands of years, gold and silver has been used as money. Fiat currencies, they come and go. Now, as with most things, gold and silver also have a drawback. I know I said ain't no one going to take it off you. I mean, if someone puts a gun to your head inside your house, you're going to give them everything that they ask for. But there are certainly some drawbacks of holding physical gold and silver, which I'll get to just in a moment. Okay, so before you swap your entire savings account for a monster box of silver, let's talk about the downsides. Number one, it's not instantly spendable. You can't just tap your gold coin at the supermarket or whatever, here, Woolies, Coles. You need to sell it first, which takes time and a little bit of effort. Now, number two, short-term price swings. Metals can dip hard in the short term, silver especially. So if you panic sell, you're definitely going to lose some money because you buy silver, you buy gold. Of course, you're going to pay a premium. Like, that's a given. You're going to pay a premium to the dealer because they've got bills to pay. They've got staff to look after and they've got to pay for the lights. So if you buy today to sell tomorrow, you're most likely going to take a loss, and you shouldn't be treating any sort of investment or savings account like that. Even in a bank account, if you put money in there, they require you to have that money in there for a certain amount of time before you can get any interest off of it. So it's sort of the same deal here with bullion. Number three, it won't pay you interest and it ain't going to give you dividends. Unlike a savings account, metals don't pay you just for holding them. In saying that, when most of us are buying precious metals, we're not looking to double or triple our money. We're more so looking to lock our wealth and just preserve what we currently have. In the recent times, it's been pretty much the opposite case where gold and silver have gone up 10, 15, 20% just in the last couple of years, if not more. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I'm saying that out of a place of pain. Like I said, in one of my other videos, when I sold my gold at 3,000 Australian and it's currently sitting well above 5,000. So it hurts, and it's something that, gold has not done, I don't think, ever. So it's got its legs where, it can make you money very, very quickly, but that's not why we buy gold and silver. And lastly, premiums and selling costs. So you'll usually pay above spot when buying and get a little bit below, if not spot price, when you are selling, unless you've purchased some collectible item and you're selling it, peer to peer, and they know its value because it's a collector piece that they're after, or it's just a very popular piece. You're not going to get anything above spot price if you go to a dealer, and A lot of the times when you need the cash, you need it fast, you most likely are going to go to a bullion dealer and they aren't going to give you the collectible value. They're just going to pay you for the metal. If you are thinking of using metals as part of your saving strategy, here's what I'd suggest without it being financial advice. Keep a cash buffer in the bank for emergencies, because you don't want, your tire to go flat or somewhat like the boiler to break down or anything like that. And then you're just looking to dump a load of, gold or silver because you need the cash then and there, and you might not get what you paid for that, the physical. So you need to have some sort of an emergency buffer in the bank accounts that you're not looking really as savings. That's just for, hey, if something comes up, I am going to use that to extinguish that little spot fire. Another thing you can do is buy regularly. Dollar cost averaging takes the stress out of timing, because even though gold and silver, they don't go up like crazy, you just don't want to be buying in a large interval, because if you buy some at 40, then you buy some at 45, you're not really getting a good average. You're just buying here and there, and your savings rate itself in gold and silver, it ain't going to be it's not going to be going up as gradually as you'd want it to, and you're just going to fall into the same loop you probably always have. So that's why having a buying strategy matters. And you can play around with the strategies, like you can mix it up. Maybe buy gold for stability factor, and you can purchase silver just for potential growth, or if not, just for something that you can sell. If you need, if you need the cash for something, you can just get rid of that silver because it's cheaper. It's not going to be as painful for you to enter back into buying that metal than, if you were just to offload a couple of ounces of gold, because in Australia, that's over 10 grand. And to wrap things up, guys, let's just take a quick example. If you had $1,000 in the bank 10 years ago and you were getting an interest rate of 3 to 4%, which is trash, and that's all that banks really give you, you would have like $1,500 in your bank account, like max. But that $1,500 ain't gonna stretch as far as it would have 10 years ago. On the other hand, if you had $1,000 worth of gold from back in the day, then you'd have a lot more in dollar terms, and the buying power would be much stronger than if you just had the $1,500. Like I said, guys, it's not perfect. Metals can go down too, but over the long run, they've kept their value a lot better than cash. So can gold or silver work like a savings account? For me, yeah, but only as part of a bigger plan. It's not an all or nothing move, at least not for me. If you're already stacking, let me know how you use your metals in the comments. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing and supporting the channel. And remember, this is not financial advice, just me sharing my own journey. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.